Welcome to the soiree at the Salon of the Hochling Gasthaus. Yesterday I didn't let the pigs up here because I had to go to town, and I don't trust them with the baby goats around here. And I better mention them right now, those babies. There's two of them, I think, in there. And they now, I think, actually know enough to stay in there when the pigs are around. Maybe more about that later. One of them is named Sophie, the Sophie Survivor, and I'll introduce you to her later. But what I want to film right now is that I've got all these 100 wicks, candles with wicks. They're tea lights or tea candles, sometimes called votive candles as well. And I'm going to light 3 of them in here and build up a wicked stove. So I can't film it while I'm doing it because I need both hands, but I'll film it in stages. Let me start with 3 pieces. Here's a wash tub, galvanized iron wash tub. There's the bottom of a hot water heater, like that one, which is entire. But at some point, either I or somebody else cut that bottom off, I guess put handles on. And here's the top of a hot water heater. And there is, I'm not sure what that came from. It looks a lot like it's from the, like from a, what do you call it? I can't think of the name. It's not the transmission, but in a car, split in half, an automatic transmission, split in half. Maybe I'll think of it later. Well, anyway, I'm going to put those 3 pieces together with some candles above. Well, I've lit 3 candles, but this is Sharphorns, and she's worried because she can't find her baby, and her baby's in there, and her baby is, I'm calling her Sophie Survivor, because her back legs don't work, and I wasn't sure if I would show her to you yet because she looks so piteous, but I'm going to get her out because Mama here is clearly quite ready to give her a drink of milk. There she comes. She doesn't get around. Her back 2 legs haven't worked since she was born, and that's why I call her Survivor. But look at that. She found her drink of milk. That's what's keeping her alive. And she's got a cousin in there, which is named Trip, who I had to rescue, bring into the house and warm up because she was almost frozen. But anyway, the 2 of them sleep in there together, and they've been keeping, especially Trip has been keeping Sophie alive. Like I say, I wasn't going to show you her right away because she looks so piteous. And I'll have more to say about that, you know, what to do about this little kid whose back legs don't work very well. She's a survivor, though. Okay, back to the 3 wicked stove. I'm going to put this over those 3 votive candles. And I don't think they'll snuff them out. I don't think they will because I'll see in a minute if they do. I'll try that for a while. But anyway, that's to hold the heat in, give it a little bit of time. And then I'm going to start to build on top of that. I can see in that one hole, I believe they're going. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set these nails, these spikes, maybe underneath there to make sure that it gets breath. Here come the chickens. This is, after all, the soiree, and a lot of activity goes on. All right, Sharphorns has fed Sophie, and Sophie is struggling to get her way back into her nest, along with her cousin trip. I think she's going to make it. Now, what her future is, I don't know. But I'm going to take care of her as much as I can. All right. Sophie's going back into her nest. She spends the morning laying out in there in the sunlight. I'll tell you lots more about her later. Here are the chickens. They're always active, and they've absolutely got a role to play. I'll tell you about them later. And Sharphorns gets worried. You know, when the pigs are up here, she comes looking to see if her baby's okay, which is very good because they might not be. All right, now back to this. I put the spikes. What is it? You know what? That chicken wants petted. She's not going to be content unless I scratch her a little bit. You can imagine what she thinks is going on there, but anyway, she's going to make a lot of noise until I do that. All right, back to building this three-wicked stove. You can see it's burning, and I've got the spikes there. Yes, I can feel a little bit of warmth already. And there's where those two baby goats are, those two kids. That's their nest. And the chickens, you know, they do their part. I think they'll probably get underneath there as well. And they share their warmth and add their own warmth to it. And they also help to keep Sophie clean, I think. All right, now pigs are not welcome here at the moment, but the other goats are. They're examining my work. All right, what I'm going to do next, I've put 3 spikes there, and I'm going to set the top of that old water pressure tank or heater or whatever. I'm going to put that on there. On top of that, I'll put this, which some of you may recognize, and that's going to, and then I'll lay a couple of gloves. So I've got some warm gloves to put on my hands, and then we'll go. Well, it's a pretty calm soiree. I think I'm going to see if the pigs are ready to go back down. Just wanted to show you this stuff. That candle is burning still, of course. I can take this off. I can take the next one off. There are my gloves warming. Yeah, and there's some heat there. They're warming in that little time. Let me see. I don't know if I can take this off with one hand. I may have to stop for a second. Well, buried deep in all that metal are 3 wicks of candles. And I lit another candle. That's the one I was using before. It's too big, it's too fat, it's too high for what I was using here. It's only 1 wick though, so now I've only got 4 wicks. In a sense, all wicks are equal when it comes to candles. That's not quite true. But anyway, I've got that inside a water heater. Well, it's an old furnace boiler, and this part up here was the water heater. But I think I can use the whole thing as a water heater. Here are the pieces that go on the front. I think I've got them all there. I don't believe I've got the screws anymore. I'll have to search up the right screws. Now, every one of these single wicks can become multiple. Let me show you what else I've got here. Now, this whole area right here is going to be a sauna, in effect. I'm going to make it the one spot on this farm that is really warm, even though it's in a barn. Here's a cast iron tub, which will be part of it. Here's a cast iron foot bath. Here's a cast iron sitzbad for sitting in. And inside, of course, is a sink. Not sure what I'll do with that piece, but being enameled, white enameled cast iron, seems like it belongs here. And then that pressure tank. I guess that's what it is, a pressure tank or a hot water tank. That will be that'll be my reservoir for storing all this hot water. However, that hot water, a lot of it's going to come from outside that wall, because on a sunny afternoon, that wall takes up a lot of heat on the outside, and I think I can collect that into plastic pipes and bring it down here and store it here. Now that furnace there could heat a schoolhouse. I mean, it could heat an apartment building, but it never will. It was meant for the days of coal. And the exhaust, when I use this for wood, something more serious, you might say, than candles, when I take that exhaust out, it'll go over that furnace, and it'll go through that wall, and also through that wall will go this flue into a chimney. But the thing about the candles, I don't need a chimney yet. There's a pressure tank for sure, not a hot water tank, and that's to hold pressure from the well, which is over there. So I don't know how much of this you understand, but little by little I'm building my sauna, my nursery, goat and piglet, even maybe nursery. There's the bed for pigs and goats, and what when the pigs come up here, they clean stuff up. They work pretty well together with the goats. All right, I'll probably be back showing you more, but that'll do for now. It took two hands, but I took it off, and sure enough, this is quite warm. I could maybe, if I kept it like that, I could keep warming, but really, I'm warming my hands and working, but really it's just kind of it's too inconvenient. So let me see if I can take this off without burning myself. There we are. There's 3 wicks, and there's another wick. And I think I'll blow them out and take the pigs on back down and go from here. Bye for now.